Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new Road to Class A video. This is game number 31, I believe, in my series, and we are doing really well. I'm sitting at around 1720. So after the last tournament, I went from 1643 to 1720. So I had a nice little jump, which has been good. So actually, when you scroll down, you can kind of see my opponent. So I'm playing a gentleman named Chris Seaman. He's with the white pieces. He's sitting at 1249. And this game was played back on July 3rd of 2024. And this is round one of our summer Swiss tournament at the Waukesha Chess Club. So I'm really excited. After my last tournament, I played really well and had decent performance. Getting a draw against Coons was really nice. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I saw some success, and let's see if we can get it to continue. So Chris played c4. I played f5. And so I'm going to play a Dutch. Knight to f6, stopping the idea of a quick e4. g3, d6, bishop g2, e5. These are pretty standard moves. I was pretty happy to see all of these moves. We'll kind of buzz through the opening a little bit and get into the middle game because this is pretty standard. So since he has this open, I thought, well, I think the best way is to kind of stifle that and play c6. He played b3 with the idea of bringing his bishop here. Queen to e8, bishop b2, and queen to h5. Now, I have a lot of ideas. In the Dutch, some of the ideas are to play here, 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 bring your rook up, and go for checkmate. That's the idea. If we can get all that stuff in, that's really great. Hopefully we can. But that's the idea. We want to move our f-pawn up. Now, he's played this interesting setup with g3 and e3, so it's not really too ideal for us to push f4. We have to do it at the right time. So, and he played f3 here. So I played knight to a6 with the idea of maybe bringing it in here and here. He played d4, and I played f4. Now, the engine says that this is a blunder, and it shows this really long line as to why. And if you look at this, none of this really kind of makes any sense to me. Even now, it still doesn't, and this was months ago. So I'm recording this on September 3rd, so this is actually 2 months old. So I'm about 8 weeks behind in my catching up. So we're getting there though. So I don't really agree with this being a blunder, but the engine marks it as such, so I'm really not gonna be too upset about it. It takes, and I get this first part in, bishop h3, and he takes f takes e5, d takes e5, d takes e5. And the reason I played it this way is because I saw this move. Bishop to c5 check. So now he's got to move his king. King to h1. And at this point I was like, I'm kind of stuck a little bit. It didn't really work out the way I wanted, which is probably why it's a blunder. I think there probably would have been better ways to play. But I get this position here, and I'm kind of like, what do I do? And I thought, well, I either have to retreat the bishop or take. I can also leave it there and then hopefully let him take, and then I can take here. But any ideas of me coming in here is pretty much gone because he played f3. So my whole plan and idea for what I wanted to do is pretty much been stopped. So I thought, well, let's just take the pieces off and I'll go more towards an endgame. But if we look at the board at this point, and I pick up the pawn on e5, like I did, I'm down a pawn. And now I'm okay being down a pawn, especially against somebody lower rated than me, because chances are I'm going to get that pawn back. But I really would have much rather lost that pawn much earlier in the game than out on move 16. But he plays knight to f4, and I played queen to e3. I thought this was a pretty good move because I'm going to bring these in, and it's going to be tough for him to start dealing with some of this stuff. I also have this battery that's coming in, so he's got some things to worry about. He played queen to e1. I played rook f to e8, and then he played queen to c1. So that was obviously a mistake. He should have played this, trying to stop me from playing rook to d8. He didn't do that, but that's okay. He played this instead, and I played rook a to d8. Now I've gotten pretty much everything I wanted. If he trades, I can get that. I can also take this way, but the engine likes taking this way instead. And then we get this type of position, and these doubled pawns now kind of, this is very even, I believe. So he didn't do that. He played knight to e2, and I thought, oh no, that's a bummer for him, but this is really great for me because now I can capitalize. Can you see the move that you should play in this position that is, it's not quite game winning, but it's very close, and it's very difficult to deal with after you play this move. Can you find it? Pause the video, try to figure it out for yourself. And as always, make sure to like and share. It does help me out a lot, and it shows me that you like this content and you like following along, and hopefully it's helping all of you. Okay, the move is rook to d2, and we get this fork type of situation. Now, it's easily, he can handle it, but the issue right now is if he takes here and he takes here, we get this, and we get 2 pieces for a rook, and that's a great trade. Now, he did not do that. He played bishop to c3, and now what he should have played is rook takes, or bishop takes f6, g takes f6. And I mentioned that to him in the game. I said, I think your best option was to play bishop takes. And he wasn't sure. He said he thought about it, but was not sure. And it was nice to see that it was correct. So unfortunately, I missed a mate in 5 here. And this would have been the forced sequence. And I missed that, which would have been awesome. This would have been really nice, and I think I'm capable of seeing that. But I failed to look for something better. I saw my move here and thought, well, I can just win the 2 pieces, and we can go from there. I should have looked for something better, because at this point in the game, move 22, I still got more than an hour. There's plenty of time to play, so it wasn't a big deal. And he played king to h1. I played knight to g4. Do you see the sequence? I saw this. Yeah, it's the nice checkmating sequence, which I thought was pretty clever, but he was clever enough not to allow that to happen. And I played knight to f2, rook takes f2, bishop takes f2, queen to d1. And here I played knight to c5, trying to get my piece into the game, my piece that was doing nothing out here. I can bring it in here. I decide it's time to trade the pieces. And rook to e2. And he decided to trade. And now it's 2 pieces against 1. And here it's kind of just a matter of converting, but for the sake of information, I'll show you how to convert this. If you're up a piece, and they have an extra pawn. This is kind of how it was done. And we'll kind of buzz through it a little bit. The idea is to get your king active. If you can get your king into the middle, it's much easier for you to control the game, and your king is like a piece. And here it's a matter of kind of maneuvering your pieces around to get the proper trades that you want. He's very good at controlling the pieces, and I'm glad that he kind of played this out. And although it's tough for him to deal with once this happens, because now all of his pieces are covered. He can't push here because I can just do all the trades, and I can slowly walk my king up over here and then queen that pawn. So Chris resigned right here with 18 minutes left, and I had 30. So it's a very good game. 50 moves, not bad. Chris played a really great game, and I'm really happy to have played it. So a nice round one for me. We get a win, and thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know if you have any comments down below.